Holy cow. Oh my. Where does the time go? Hey, if you're brand new to the channel, welcome. I'm really glad you're here and you found us on YouTube. Now, on today's video, I'm going to be recapping or giving a summary of week number 13 of a 16-week marathon training program that I'm using to help me prepare to run the Boston Marathon. In total this week, I ran 44.38 miles and I ran 4 different times. I did some interval work, I did a threshold run, an easy run, and then a long run. In total, they came up to 44.38 miles. And the first two, I ran in the Adios Pro 3. So I did the speed work in the Adios Pro 3s. And then the easy run and the long run, I ran in the Nike Alpha Fly version 1. Okay, so let's see how it went. Oh my, it's hard to believe that it's week 13 already, and we're well into the week, so oh my gosh, Boston is just around the corner. I'm getting pretty excited. So today I'm down at my local state park. I'm going to be doing a little bit of speed work, and the format for the workout is to warm up for 15 minutes, and then I'm going to run hard for 1 kilometer. I'm going to have 90 seconds to recover, and then I'll run hard again for another kilometer. I'm going to repeat that 3 different times. At the end of that first 3 interval set, I'm going to take 3 minutes to recover, and I'm going to repeat the process all over again. So in total, I'm going to be running 6 1K repeats with a little bit of recovery time in between, and then I'll cool down afterwards for about 10 minutes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get this one done. Okay, to help us break it down and see how those intervals turned out, I'm going to connect.garmin.com. And of course, the first run for week number 13 was March the 22nd. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that date. And as this pops up, you can see that in total, I ran 8.11 miles for that interval workout. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom because there they have a bit more detail for us to take a look at. And you can see that in terms of a training effect, it had an impact on my VO2 max. I always like to see that, and it says highly impacting. My total, or my average heart rate was 152 beats per minute. That's pretty much right on par for me, but especially doing this kind of speed work, it's going to be around that 150 range. In total, it was just a little over an hour to complete the workout. My average pace was a 7:42 minute mile. I like that. My goal pace for a marathon day is 7:40. Now that might be biting off a little bit more than I can chew, but that's what I'm shooting for. My best pace was a 5:50 minute mile. My average run cadence was 186 steps per minute with a max of 200 steps per minute. That's really good for me. And then my ground contact time, which is something that I've been looking at, as you know, if you've been following along with the video, was a little bit heavy on my left-hand side, and that's not that unusual for me, but it's a little bit higher here. 51.5% ground contact time on my left and 48.5% on my right. So let's click on intervals so we can isolate the actual 1K repeats that I completed. And I am going to click on just run. So hopefully that'll just bring up the 6 1Ks that I ran, and it certainly did. So let's take a look at the first one. And let's see here. Average pace was 6:34 minute mile for the first one, then 6:44, 6:33, 6:37, 6:43, and 6:45. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that. Threshold for me runs between that 6:50 and 7 minute mile pace, so I'm pretty happy with that, with how that effort turned out. Right above freezing, so it's still pretty cold, although it is supposed to get in the mid-40s sometime today, but that won't be probably till 4, maybe even 5 o'clock this afternoon. So couldn't wait that long. Needed to come out here and get this one done. I'm going to be running 25, 20, 25, 10 today, so that means I'm going to run easy for 25 minutes, pick up the pace for 20 minutes, and then run another easy 25 minutes and then cool down for 10. I got the Nathan Vapor Air 3.0 vest on today. Absolutely love it. I've been wearing it several times in several workouts already, and it's super comfortable and just does an absolutely fantastic job. So that's what I'm carrying my hydration in today. All right, I'm going to go out and get this one done. Okay, so let's back up and we'll take a look at the next workout in line. And for me, that was doing some threshold work, and that was on March the 24th. So let's go ahead and click on that date. Now here you can see that I went 10.52 miles in total, so it was a pretty decent run for threshold work. And let's see, we'll scroll all the way down to the bottom here, and you can see that as a threshold run, and the primary effect was threshold. Go figure. Highly impacting. 153 beats per minute average heart rate. 165 beats was my max heart rate. In total was 1 hour and 21 minutes. 743 minute mile pace on average. My best pace was a 607. 188 steps per minute. Oh man, love that. I really like to see a high cadence. I'm not a long stride runner. I get my speed basically from turning my legs over, and I'm not exactly a tall runner either. I think about 5'7" on a tall day. So 202 steps per minute was my max cadence again. And again, favoring my left over my right at 51.2% on my left and 48.8% on my right. Just finish off my water there. We are one run closer to race day. It's a good workout today. Nothing overly exciting, just a good solid effort. All right, I'm gonna head back. Whew. Okay, so let's back up one more, and then we'll take a look at the easy run now. And as I click on that, you can see I went 5.55 miles. I stayed in town to do that, so I didn't go anywhere special, just kind of cruised around here. So scroll all the way down to the bottom, and it had tempo effect. 151 beats per minute for my heart rate, which is kind of interesting, for relatively easy workout here on paved roads and sidewalks, but my heart rate was still up around that 150, 151. And then total time was 41 minutes, 41 minutes and 40 seconds. And then 730 minute mile average pace. So for an easy run, I was cruising a bit, but again, I was doing that in the Alpha Fly version 1, and those shoes just want to go fast. And I think I was just having a little bit of fun with it. 642 minute mile pace was my best pace, 191 steps per minute. So I was really turning my legs over, and that does show in my average pace here. Max was 199 steps per minute. And a little better with the ground contact time, not quite 50-50, but 50.7 on the left and 49.3% on my right. That's about all there is to see with an easy run. So let's go ahead and click back here, and we'll go to the long run. And of course, that was on Monday, so yesterday. And as we click on it, you can see I went a little over 20 miles, 20.2 miles. And I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom here. And you can see that it had an effect. Tempo was the primary benefit. It says overreaching. It usually does when I do those 20-plus mile workouts. 148 beats per minute average heart rate. I'm pretty good with that. If that's what it is on marathon day, I'll be okay with that. 2 hours and 41 minutes in total for the workout. Average pace, 7:59 minute mile. And my best pace was a 6:59 minute mile. Now the workout was to run for 1.5 hours at an easy pace, and then an additional 60 minutes after that first 1.5 hours was to run at marathon pace. And so we'll take a closer look at that and see how close I came to getting to that marathon pace. Not as close as I would like, so a little bit of a spoiler alert there, but 185 steps per minute. That's pretty much right on where I want to be. 206 steps per minute was my max cadence. Average stride length was 1.09 meters. A little bit, again, favoring my left over my right. And that seems to be the common theme for this week in terms of the workout. 51.6% on my left and 48.4% on my right. Not much else to see, really. If I click on intervals, it doesn't really break it down from that 1.5 hour easy pace and then that additional hour marathon pace. So for that, I'm going to have to go to my app on my cell phone. And then if we look at that last hour where I was to run at marathon pace, I didn't quite get there, or I didn't get the result that I was hoping for. It wasn't terrible, but my legs were definitely feeling it, and I was definitely getting a little bit tired toward the end. I started out okay, running a 7:37 minute mile pace and 7:34, but then I was just kind of bouncing all over. And, I couldn't seem to hold the pace that I wanted. 7:45, 7:56, 8:01, 7:46, 7:57, and then by the last 10 minutes, my legs were tired and I was ready to stop. And it took all my mental ability to just keep moving forward, knowing that, I still got a little bit left in the tank, but mentally, that's where you really have to kind of push through. And I ended up running like an 8:16 minute mile pace at the end. But overall, I was pretty happy with the effort. It definitely did feel like a pretty tough effort for me. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it for you. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on Run Tall with Tim.